Hello everyone, I would like to tell you a bit about our project. We have been developing a tool to improve your pool game. Let's say you want to play pool with your friends. Everyone is around the table. You line up your shot, and bam! Maybe you aren't such a good player. What can you do? One option is to hire a professional pool trainer. Obviously, a professional can teach you how to visualize the table and how to line up your shots. However, perhaps hiring a trainer is too serious for you, or you'll hire a trainer that takes all the fun out of the game. Hiring a trainer will also be very expensive, so what else can you do? Players of video game pool seem to have no trouble lining up their shots, due to the handy guidelines the game provides. With these lines, a player can visualize how to hit a ball into a pocket. What if we brought this level of visualization into a real game? Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Pool-Aid. Our goal with Pool-Aid is to use a camera to capture footage of your pool game. Pass it to an algorithm implemented to a compact, self-contained embedded device like an FPGA to generate a shot recommendation, and output the video with the recommended shot overlaid to a computer to be displayed. The first step in our system is the camera. We are not going to use a traditional video camera. Instead, we are going to use a GoPro, which is light enough to be mounted to the ceiling. GoPros have a built-in fisheye lens, so we remove this effect before passing it on. The second step in our system is an algorithm implemented on an FPGA. Writing code for an FPGA will require special IDE, but tools like Vivardo HLS should allow us to write in C or C++ that can be synthesized and loaded on a board. How hard can creating firmware for an FPGA be?
To load custom firmware onto an FPGA, you just need to follow these steps. Write your code in regular C, C++, scrap almost everything you wrote, and rewrite it without using any dynamic memory allocation. Once you have rewritten your code, use Vivardo high-level synthesis to create a custom firmware block. Once you have sorted out the dozens of licensing, IDE version, and connection issues, you can then use Vivardo to connect your custom block to all existing blocks, including your processor. Figuring out how to connect your new block to the processor is not trivial, but can be figured out with a little Google foo. Once all of your custom firmware blocks are correctly connected, you can then use a software development kit to load the design onto your board. At this point, you can now program your processor to integrate with a custom FPGA block. Hopefully no mistakes are made in the HLS stage, because this entire process will take about 10 minutes each time you need to rebuild.
The second step in our system is an algorithm implemented on a computer.
This is the initial perspective of our algorithm. We assume the table takes up the majority of the frame, and that the first 2 seconds of footage have an unobscured view of the table. The table can reliably be isolated by selecting the color at the center of the image and subtracting it from the rest of the frame. Because we assume the table is initially unobscured, we can then use the rotated image to determine our background. During regular play, we subtract this background and use thresholding to determine areas of interest. By using iterative blob morphology, we can reshape the white areas and identify blobs that meet certain size and eccentricity requirements. When each of these potential spots is displayed, we can see that for the most part, each ball is identified and marked. These positions are then sent to a color classifier, which will reduce the false positive detections and identify which ball is which. With the location of all present pool balls known, we then attempt to connect each ball to a pocket, calculate how it must be hit to make it into the pocket, and ensure nothing is obscuring the path each ball will travel. Finally, we overlay these trajectories onto the original video. A player can use the recommendation to practice taking shots while visualizing the table during play. We hope that with continued use of our program, a beginner player can improve their ability to play pool.